Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Charles Saban. So I want to welcome you guys to another episode of the DREAMERSPRO show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and when we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And today we got a show for you guys here today. But before we even get into it, please make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. Also, if you want to follow me on Instagram, my handle is CTABANZ. Want to follow the channel on Instagram, same name as the channel, DREAMERSPRO. And if you want today's full show before it comes out on YouTube, it is streaming for free on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. We have that pinned in the comments. But anyway, let me get into this topic here. This is going to be a lot of fun, right? The reason this topic is going to be a lot of fun is because it came out of left field. If you know anything about Chris Broussard, apart from the fact that he's been on television, which seems like forever, you will know that Chris Broussard is a huge LeBron James supporter. And he has been so for a very, very long time. I can remember back in the first take days, I think even Cold Pizza, I could be mistaken, but I remember that far back, even when LeBron James would come up small in various moments throughout his career, and Chris Broussard would come on ESPN to debate Skip Bayless, I can remember him defending LeBron all the way back then. We're talking about 14 years ago. Like, he's been a long time LeBron supporter. I believe he also has LeBron as the second greatest player of all time. And that's why all of this comes as a shock. Some of you are like, what is this? Well, as you guys know, the Lakers, up until last night, were floundering. They had lost 4 games in a row. And then yesterday, through, the 6th, 7th, 8th man, they were able to beat the Clippers. I'm going to get to that in a different game. But shout out to the Lakers. I mean, y'all must be a good team now, right? Or not. So they were able to beat the Clippers, but prior to that, the Lakers were on a slide, and they were currently at the 11th spot in the Western Conference. They had fallen quite a bit of spots in the West, but anyway, they were able to be victorious. But prior to that, there were reports that were going around that were centered on the fact that people were saying that there was beginning to become this internal rift between Darvin Ham and some of the players. We were hearing reports of certain players' agents calling the Lakers, complaining about how their how their clients are being used and all of that. There were a lot of people, calling for Darvin Ham's job. In fact, a lot of people on YouTube. Whenever the Lakers lose, you can watch them. Their whole analysis is Darvin Ham's fault. And some of us were out here saying, but hold on a second. About 2 to 3 weeks ago, you jokers were twerking it up all over the place, popping bottles, throwing ones at each other, slapping each other with honey, talking about, we just won the Eastern Tournament. Y'all ready for us? And I'm like, okay, so it's a good team. Then they start losing games, and all of a sudden, Darvin Ham can't coach basketball anymore. And some of us were like, what happened? What happened? He forgot how to coach basketball in 2 weeks? Where were all of these conversations prior to that? So apparently what happened was Chris Broussard, who is a known LeBron supporter, heard the news and seemed to finally get fed up with this reoccurring narrative of LeBron needs help. So when they brought this topic to the Odd Couple with him and Rob Parker, he absolutely went off on, number one, the people calling for the Lakers to fire Darvin Ham, and the fact that it seems like LeBron needs more help again. But before we even get into his comments, this video is brought to you by our sponsor, Aura. Do you know what the fastest growing crime in America is today? It's identity theft. Imagine trying to log into your email only to see that your password has been changed. Then you start getting weird notifications from your bank and credit cards, only to find out that all of your personal and sensitive information has been totally compromised. If you think it can happen to you and your family, just know that in 2020, over 49 million Americans were victims to identity theft, costing them a combined $56 billion. That is why we are excited to partner with Aura, who's the sponsor of this video. Aura is the #1 identity theft and financial fraud protection. Aura monitors the dark web and alerts you if any of your passwords and accounts have been breached. And funny enough, after using Aura, I discovered some of my credentials were floating around in the dark web, and the app showed me exactly when and where the breach happened. In addition, Aura allows you to set spending alerts, and they'll notify you of any suspicious transactions. Aura is 4 times faster than any of its competitors in alerting you if someone is trying to open a credit card or obtain a loan using your name. And remember this, every 14 seconds, someone becomes a victim of identity fraud. Don't let it happen to you. Now click the link in the description and try Aura for free for 2 weeks and see if any of you or your family's personal information has been compromised. Start your free trial at aura.com/DREAMERSPRO. And when you try Aura, by using the link in the description below, also know that you're supporting this channel. Thank you. So what we want to do is want to play exactly what Chris Broussard and Rob Parker had to say about this situation here, and then we're going to come back and continue on the show. Take a listen to what Chris Broussard and Rob Parker had to say there.
And Rob, the Lakers have now lost. Yeah, they've lost 8 of their last 10. And there was a story today.
Chris, Jimmy Butler didn't even play yesterday. My God.
They lost to the Heat last night. I watched that game. Butler didn't play. And they've now, like I said, lost 8 of their last 10. They're 3-9 since they won the in-season tournament. And, Rob, they're basically tied with Golden State for the 10th spot in the West. And, of course, that means the final play-in spot. And so there was a story today in The Athletic saying Darvin Ham in his second year has they even said 6 sources said that he is at odds with the players, and the players are questioning him, his rotations. And,
I was impressed that he had Chris 6 sources on the story.
It was 2 guys,
right?
You know, 2 Jovan Buha, who's a friend of the show, and Sham Charania. So between the 2 of them, they had 6 sources.
That's a lot of people.
Yep. But I'm gonna say this: that's ridiculous, man. That's ridiculous. Just 2-3 weeks ago, you won the freaking in-season tournament,
and they were splashing champagne like it was going out of style.
Right. Now, all of a sudden, he can't coach? I mean, really. Rob, to me, first of all, Darvin, last year, y'all got to the Western Conference Finals with Darvin Ham. This year, you won the in-season tournament with Darvin Ham. Why don't the players look in the freaking mirror at themselves?
Because it's never their fault.
Your roster is nice. Whose roster's better? You know why Denver better than y'all? Because Jokic is better than anybody you got. You know why the Clippers are better than y'all? Because they're stars. They got more stars than you. They got 3 legit stars. You got 2. Boston's younger and deeper. We can talk about a few other teams. Milwaukee, their 2 stars are in their prime. Only one of yours is. But your roster is not bad.
All I heard was that the Lakers won the offseason, Chris.
Right.
That's all I heard. Oh, look at the changes.
Can you look in the mirror? Can you look in the mirror and say, what can we do better? I mean, seriously. It doesn't make sense that 2 weeks ago this dude could coach, and now all of a sudden you want him out. And this is the thing. It's emblematic, Rob, of today's players. I mean, we heard it a week or 2 ago with Kevin Durant. And now KD, in fairness, we didn't hear it from his mouth, so maybe it was just BS.
But you always know, Chris, there's always like nowadays.
A leak, an agent,
there's something out there. You know, like that stuff gets out there because it wants to get out there. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. I think there's. Whenever I start hearing stuff now, I'd be like, okay, like it don't have to come straight from his mouth, but they let people know, put it out there, and then it's in the water.
And I'm like, Rob, like with Kevin Durant, like I said yesterday, I do not want to hear another trade request from you, bro. I'm sorry. Because we're running out of teams for you to go to, because you're only going to go to one of the top ones. All right? I don't want to hear it. And I want players to look in the mirror and say, we have to be better. Lakers shoot better. You're one of the worst three-point shooting teams in the league. Shoot better. I know you work on it.
And Chris, the Heat come to town. They're on a road trip. Without their best player.
Like you said, no Jimmy Butler.
Without Jimmy Butler, really? And then they got
Jaime Jaquez, the rookie. Their roster was better than yours last night?
Right. No way, no how. And they got worked in the fourth quarter. Worked over like a burger and fries.
Yep. I mean, come on, man. It's just, I just get, and I'm not saying, obviously, there's times when coaches should be fired. But every slump, we can't be like, it's the coach's fault. I mean, that's all I'm saying.
It's not that funny.
And again, I'm not saying that Darvin hasn't made some mistakes. I'm not
who
saying
hasn't,
that Darvin
Chris?
can't.
Who
Right.
hasn't? Who hasn't?
I'm just tired of, like, when the Lakers, and the leader of the Lakers is LeBron. And sometimes, whenever LeBron's team's struggling or don't look like they got a championship in the bag, I start hearing rumblings. Need a new coach. Need
Change
new
some players.
I mean,
let's get rid of 8 guys. Yeah, let's do it. We got to mix this decks up.
And I'm not, look, to me, everything LeBron does at this point is gravy. I mean, and Rob, I know that goes against your philosophy of, well, what if he wins a championship? You know, we gonna hold it, we gonna give him praise so we can hold it against him if he loses. To me, this is different. Dude's 39. I don't expect him to be good, let alone great, which he still is. So everything he does is gravy to me at this point. But I get tired of every time your team don't look like the championship is going to be handed to you on a platter. It's like you got your birthright is to win the championship. How about you go win it?
So you heard what they had to say. First of all, let me just come out and say this. This is shocking. When you got a guy like, and you know what's funny? I forgot where else I was, where I saw it. I think some people were reacting to it. Do you know that there were people who are LeBron supporters calling Chris Broussard a fake LeBron supporter? So help me understand something. Just because Chris Broussard is a LeBron supporter, he can't call it like he sees it? I'm confused here. Is he only meant to say nice things? Even him as a LeBron supporter got fed up. And now what you have is you have LeBron supporters basically going back at each other. One person is like, bro, I still got honey in my hand. Why are we not twerking? Another guy's like, yo, bro, I'm tired of twerking with you. I'm tired. And now you got these dudes fighting each other all over the place. And then when I talk about it, they ask me, hey, why are you talking about it? I'm like, first of all, is LeBron not the face of the NBA? So why are you surprised that we're talking about it in the comments? We post some comments on it. On a community board, somebody goes, yeah, man, anything for clicks and views. I'm like, bro, this is the comment section. You don't make any money. But yeah, but you know, it's still engagement. I'm talking about it because it's sports. If the Lakers won 25 games in a row, y'all going to be on the comment section talking about nothing about LeBron and the Lakers? So to me, listen, this is nothing new. Talking about ain't got no help and this is nothing new. Last night they beat the Clippers. These guys in the comment section twerking it up, knocking over people's drinks, pouring honey, tossing ones at each other, and I kept on responding to them. So I'm like, y'all are good now. Darvin Ham can coach now. Ain't nobody answering me. Do you know why nobody ain't answering me? Because if they answer, that means that if they start losing again, they won't have a scapegoat. And it seems like Chris Broussard has finally had enough of twerking it up all over the place and listening to people constantly come up with this trite excuse of, oh my God, LeBron leaves. To me, it's quite comical at this point. It's comical. Yesterday that he allegedly dunked on Paul George, although Paul George moved out the way. And they were like, man, a 39-year-old. Oh, this is amazing. It's like Braun has a stinker, but he's 39 years old. What you want him to do? Anyway, yo, I got to give it to you dudes, man. You dudes really, you guys are really strong supporters, man. Y'all really up for the fight. So what I want to know from you guys, what do you think about what Chris Broussard had to say? Do you think he has a point? Whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section. We catch you guys on the next show. Peace.